Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. It's 9:04 on the East Coast here. Just about to start looking at the market together here. Hope you had good trading day yesterday. Yesterday was a very difficult day to trade. I went two, four, 2-1. I had a one loser to begin the stream, and when we recovered, we had two winners. Now it's time to look at what this market's going to do today. Today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, so I'm not expecting too much from this market as far as volume. We're probably going to see, because the volume can be low, we can see some wild moves too with the low liquidity environment. So that's something we got to keep in mind. Today we'll definitely be extra careful as far as taking positions. If the opportunity presents itself, of course we'll do just that. Now yesterday, if you guys remember, this is my drawings from yesterday. We said, hey, if we had a breakdown here, we're gonna go short. Which I did go short about, I think it was 20, or was it 19? Yeah, I think it was 19 and change. I went short here and then I stopped out. And after that, I did go short a couple of times on this candle here. Was able to make some money one time, and we went long. So today here, we're looking at a market that wants to go lower. It looks like at this point, because we had this drop from right at the beginning, first couple hours, it went down. I can see here it's more like a stop run to the upside. There you go. Got some people long. What is this fair value gap? Then we got a leg down. Then it looks like they're forming another leg down to go to the next fair value gap. So bias wise on the ES today, we're looking to go short. Will it happen? We don't know yet. It's very, very early. So we're gonna be looking for short setup here on the ES. Let's look at the NQ. Probably same scenario. Same thing happened here in the NQ, and I want to notice how this market just hit this fair value gap created by this big candle, right, almost to the tick, and went higher. Same setup, but the NQ kind of missed. That's this fair value gap up here, and right now we're so close between the fair value gaps, especially to the downside. I wouldn't want to be selling here in the NQ until maybe we get a new low, come back up, and then go this way. As far as the up move, still possible. If we get a break of this trend line here, we may look at some long setups. So yeah, let's go back to the ES. We're gonna do the same. I think there's a trend line right there too. Yeah, it's right there. And if we break this trend line to the upside, we may look for some longs. But right now we're looking for shorts. Because what just happened here is this break coming back down to it. We're definitely looking for some short setups here. So let's see what we get today. Today is, again, it's gonna be a very low volume day compared to the other days, because the day before Thanksgiving, a lot of people are not trading. Looking at the market here, if there's any real opportunities, we'll definitely try to capitalize on it. Here we're looking at the ES charts. Top left is a Unirenko. The system here is done by Right Line Trading. I think I have a link. I may put it in the description later. But so this is Right Line. Up here in the middle, we have Indicator Warehouse with the Raptor system, which is like a really complete system. It gives you trend, it gives you signals to go long or short. But those signals, again, we gotta take them for what they are. They're pretty accurate most of the time. But if there's something in the way, you may wanna just evaluate that. Like for example, that signal one here, that last signal, this is a resistance area. Now, even though it was a little above it, definitely want to be careful with that. So, but this one, it gives you this pullback and came back again, giving you a signal, definitely. And we're not saying this because it's hindsight. And that's one of the things that I hate with trading. When you see those YouTubers and they go in the middle of the chat and tell you what's going to happen, or what's going to happen, but it already happened. So you already know what happened. So there's no need to say that. Now here, what we try to do, we're trying to trade the right edge, because this is where the real trading happens. With our smart money traders, we have this channel so we can do a live analysis and really in the moment look at the market, because That's the only time really you can really see, okay, is my strategy or the way I'm thinking, is it really working? Because I cannot go back in. Even the back testing is very valuable. I'm not down back testing. You definitely want to back test your system, especially with NinjaTrader. You can have like a simulated. You can have market replay, which is a simulated data feed simulating the real market. You can definitely, that helps, but it's still not live data. So when we're doing live trading, this is when the rubber meets the road. So nothing can replace that. That's why we're doing this stream. It's a place for people to come and look. We can look together the market. We can make comments. We can do ask questions if you have any. And if I don't know the answer, of course, I will let you know. But if I do, I'll be more than happy to help you. Or if I don't know, I'll probably look for it. And if you come back later, at a later stream, we can always talk about it and address that. So this is in a nutshell the channel. The purpose of this channel is really to just create this community of people looking to trade live together and just helping one another. Because this market, there are so many ways you can look at it. One set of eyes sometimes is not enough. It just helps to have other fellow traders or aspiring traders to just be here and really share together the insight and the knowledge. So with that said, we're going to be waiting here and wait for this market to open. It's not definitely trying to favor the short here, but at the same time, we hit this trend line. So now was formed after this high. Came back to it. Now it's going lower. So we're looking for some shorts here today. And when we look at this market as a whole, this was Tuesday, yesterday. Monday we came, on Sunday night, we gap up, build the gap, test it again, go higher. So there could be some higher movement in this market as well. So we're gonna be open to the upside as well, especially on a day like Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. We may see the market kind of play around on both sides of on the short side. So like they say in trading, bulls make money, bears make money. It's the hogs that gets slaughtered. So we don't want to be hogs. We don't want to hold on to the position too long and trying to squeeze every penny out of it. We'll just take what we can and run, because like right now we're seeing that nice little push up coming, which is, when you look at the 5 minute on the bottom left here, it's this was a little resistance area, and now we're going higher, but it's coming right into this resistance. And so you have to clear 60.38 for me to even think about going long. Clear it, come back and test it. Then we can talk about going long, So go higher like this, come back, give me a U-turn, then we can go long. And on the auction curve here, we're looking at retail, and the market is kind of expensive. So definitely be careful on the long side. Anyway, we're not trying to take any position right now. So it's not 9:30. Typically, we wait for at least 5 minutes after 9:30 to wait for the market to settle. And we had a VWAP here on top left chart. We're right at the VWAP. So kind of playing around that. That could be a significant level. That's the Globex VWAP. The bottom left chart at 9:30, the RTH, the regular trading hours VWAP, will be start to form. So then, we'll have more context as far as where this market may go. So we're going to wait. We're going to mute for a little bit. Doesn't look like we have anybody in the chat here yet to ask any questions. So with that, I'm going to mute for a second here. Come back to the mic if I see anything significant happening.
Connection lost.
One more thing I'm going to look at is if there's any news today here. I don't think there was any. But there was some news today. There was some news, I guess, at 8:30. Let's refresh this and see how it happened. So unemployment claims are a little lower than expected, which is good for the economy. The GDP, preliminary GDP, quarter over quarter is came in as accepted. So it doesn't look like there was 10 o'clock actually. I did mention that yesterday. We have core PCE, yeah. That's coming at 10. So that's another reason maybe to be very cautious. If we're gonna take a position, we're probably gonna take a position right after 9:35. Depends on how the market is going. Definitely, if once you get closer to 10, we're not gonna engage in this market in any way. We're gonna wait for the news to come out and go from there. Because core PCE definitely can move the market, in a significant way. And tomorrow, of course, is looking at the calendar. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So nothing here in the States, and Friday nothing either for when it comes to the U.S. Now, since we have some time, we can look at next week. What's going to happen next week here? Next week we have on Monday we have some news. ISM manufacturing PMI. So Tuesday we got some news again. Job openings. Definitely that could be a market mover. And we got some, first Friday normal change ADP, and the Friday the 6th, which is the first Friday of the month. Every first Friday of the month we have non-farm payroll at 8:30. It's going to be a slew of news. Definitely at that point you don't want to be trading the market at 8:30. Essentially would be gambling. There's going to be a lot of gyrations. But a little bit of news next week. As the year is coming to an end, we're definitely gonna see like a slowdown in the market pace and everything and volume, even though it's not as significant as it used to be. Because before electronic trading, people used to just go the vacation homes. Now they can trade from the vacation home. They can be in the Hamptons and trade, and they can be anywhere, and be trading because they have electronic technology allows them to do that now. But still, you're going to see a little dip in volume over the next month or so. Probably pick up right after January 1st. So let's keep that in mind. Again, today, if you just came to the stream, my bias is to the downside. Looking at the 30-minute chart, it's 9:23 right now. But looking at the 30-minute chart, we're looking at this guy coming over here. Looking at this move down, this leg down and a retracement, and with this leg down and a retracement to the fair value gap, which was anyway a support level. If we draw it here, that's a nice little support area. There was support, now it becomes resistance, now it's acting as resistance again. So we got about 6 minutes to find out which way they're gonna break it. Again, if they break this trend line, we're going to be open to the long as well. If they break it up, it's going to pull back here. We might go higher, but definitely favoring the short here on the ES. Same thing for the NQ. There's a trend line they're dealing with right now. If they break this, let's say they break this swing, then bring it down here, we may see some higher movement here on the NQ. Let me go back to the S&P 500. See what happened. If you're watching the stream, thank you. If you're watching the stream live, thank you for watching. If you're watching the recording, I typically do a recording of the stream is recorded by YouTube, then I edit it a couple of days later with removing all the pauses, and can go back and look at the trading session a condensed way. It doesn't have all the pauses and everything else that that the live has. Because if you're watching live, of course, if I pause, you're gonna see that. But in the recording, you don't have to deal with that. Sometimes it could be a 2-hour long live video, and condense it to maybe 45 minutes, 30 minutes, depends on how much pause, how many times I pause without saying anything to the mic. So while we're waiting for the market to open tomorrow, no stream tomorrow, no stream on Friday because of the holiday. You're spending some time with family. Hope you're doing the same. Just enjoy your time with your family and your loved ones, because at the end of the day, they are, besides for himself, it's a family is really all you have. Take this time to really enjoy the company. Really, we should take time every day to enjoy our family's company if possible. But it's a special time to just kick back and relax. And I'll be doing that, watching some football tomorrow. Really have a time away from the markets, from everything. So enjoy yourself. Bring the Geiger counter. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to bring the Geiger counter over here so I can see it. There you go. In the red. And also the Geiger counter doesn't matter which time frame you have it on. You're just looking at the time in sales and the order flow and see which side is being more aggressive compared to the other. So like right now we see it was going down, but the buyers are starting to turning it around here. It's going into the green territory. It's neutral at the moment. So let's see how it goes. 2 more minutes to the open. 9:28, and may possibly trade after 9:35. Today we're not sure if we're gonna take a position at all, but if it presents itself, we will be ready to trade whichever way the market wants to go. Bias is short, but at the same time, we can see some movement to the upside as well, especially in this environment of low liquidity. It's 9:30. Market is open, so we're gonna wait and see. Pushing down here. So over the next bottom, the middle here, it's an NQ. Nice sell off. Now you may ask yourself, okay, why didn't you sell right there at the open? Because the open is usually used to really kind of balance their books from the overnight session. So when the market goes one way, that doesn't mean that's the direction for the day. Now it just happened that it's going lower. Based on our analysis pre-market, we're like, okay, we're gonna try to favor the short. We're favoring the short here because we have all these technical things going on, and just makes sense for the market to go lower today. As far as technically, and also going into the holiday, they may want to just get out from whatever position that they got from the bottom here. Last week or even early this week on Monday, some people got filled right here. I'm sure some people loaded up here for this market move up. So today could be a day for them to cash cash out from this up move. Could be a reason here, but we're just gonna wait. It's very early. It's only 9:32. Let's see what happens. Now, this is a prime example why you don't chase anything down here. I mean, if you went short down here, right now we're definitely probably out of this position already. That's why we wait to let the market settle and see what's going to happen. Now it's at a resistance level, so let's see how it reacts to this. But it's above the VWAP, Globex VWAP. That's why we wait. It's a big wick. Let's push down, then make a new low. So that's something we got to keep in mind. Meaning, hey, maybe the sellers don't have enough strength to push it, but at the same time, could this be just a retracement? Kind of rebalancing everything from overnight. And let's wait and see what happens here. That's 9:35. We could be starting looking for a position here. If we can get smoke down here, I would like to see another retest. I would like to see a retest of this zone if we're gonna get it, but it doesn't look like we will. Let's see. Got a pink background on the left side, top left. Background quickly turned to gray, going back and forth. Also found hesitation here. Market internals are green for the most part. Going short here, meaning your stop should have been about 35, which is within this leg. So I want it to be where I could put my stop above the swing. And for me to put my stop above the swing now, it'll be 8 points, which almost double my regular stop, which is about 5 points. And usually I try to move it down to 4 points as soon as I can. Yeah, that's why we want to see we need to see a pullback here. Then a U-turn again, but we may not get it. We may just say plunge to the downside here. Now this is a pretty significant level. 62, 2650 is a pretty significant level here. That's a support level. This is a primary support for the day. If it goes below this, but definitely see some more down movement. And though we got a support zone waiting for us here too. One of my mentors used to say the market is fought with risk, and this is very, very true. All we're doing in this market is managing risk, assessing risk, and take them when they make sense, take on the risk when it makes sense. I just moved over my order flow chart here. You can see some selling happening right at the top of this candle. Or here, more aggressive selling here, and for the delta for the day. Overnight, there's a lot of reasons. Now we did get that little U-turn, even though it's not quite what I would like it to go back in here, but we may attempt a sell. Order right submitted. 30. Attempt a sell here at 30 again. I'm using the NDT as my order entry tool. On the bar down here, we're gonna get taken short. Getting some dark pink background. Order held. Honestly, if this thing goes above the Globex VWAP, we know we're not in the right direction. But here we're gonna take our first target before right at this swing. So again, if we're up 10 ticks, we're gonna move down to break even automatically. The ATM will take care of that. So let's see what happened here. So we're at 35.25, which is to that zone. So let's see how this trade goes here. I think we may see a push. If we go below this swing, this little swing here, I think we're going lower. It's going very, very early here. It's 9:40 before the news. Again, that would be my one trade before the news here. If this one win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna take a pause and wait for more information in the market once the news is out. Above this here, we're gonna be out of this trade. Okay, definitely doesn't look good here, so we will take this loss. If that happens, then we will take a break if it's a loss. Getting some selling here. That's a nice little patch of selling. Geiger counter is going to the downside here. And the red thing is we might get ticked out here, which this is part of trading. Sometimes you get stopped out by a few ticks and goes your way. So we're just waiting for what the market's gonna do here. We don't want to overreact and say let me give it more room or let me tighten my stop. Let it be. If you took us out here for a loss, it is what it is. It's part of trading. So we got stopped out here. Now remember, I did say I would rather try to wait for the U-turn here, but I'm thinking this here was the goal. Now, if we see a U-turn here, they decided it's 15 minutes, about 16 minutes before 10 o'clock. If I see a U-turn here, we're still not going to take it, but this is the position I really wanted to take it. But, in hindsight, everything looks good, right, in trading. So this is got one trade so far, one loss. Let's wait for the news to come out and see how that thing's gonna go. Our stop was at 35.25. The high of this candle is 35.50. So by one tick, we got taken out. But let's wait and see what happens here. NQ looks like he wants to go higher as well. So, but again, still resistance. The down move here does as well. Favor. So like at the end, if we get a negative bar here, the entry was around 32 and a half, 32 3/4 probably, even 33 because this candle put at 33 over here. So, things I'm definitely will feeling about this trade today. That's another thing with trading. It's not only while you're trading, you making decisions and you looking at the market and evaluate things, but at the same time, after trading, it's important to take some time to have a journal to write things down. Even though we have some electronic journals nowadays where, I call it more like tracking system as far as your stats. But if you want, I think real journaling for me is just put pen to paper. Think about what you're thinking and feeling when you take that position. Why it worked. Not why it worked, but why you think that was the right thing to do or not. Usually in hindsight, going to give you a lot of those. But here, we went with what setup would have been. That first pullback, when the market opened at 9:30, went down, went back to the zone. Gave me this little pullback here and then went short here. Now, originally, I said, my preference would have been a retest of this, but it doesn't look like we're going to have it. So we went into the short, got taken out here for a loss. Now, again, this is resistance. We should see some movement to the downside. We should see some selling. As you can see here, we got the magenta, the aggressive sellers. getting absorbed. Yeah, so higher movement is possible. Higher movement is coming here. So with the news coming out 13 minutes away, we're gonna chill and wait unless, we're gonna chill and wait here. Because right now at the moment the trend is technically up. The structure is up still. Resistance, I wouldn't want to be trying to buy this. Lots of back and forth in this area here. So we're gonna see a push one way or the other. And if they're waiting for the news to do it, or they may do it before the news. Definitely the sellers are getting aggressive here. Looking like we going lower here. This is part of trading. Sometimes you could be right in direction, but wrong in timing. If I waited for this to get to the zone here, 33.50, I'll probably be short. Right now, I'll be up a couple points. Again, hindsight, everything looks really perfect and normal. But that's why we trade at the right edge. We don't know what the next thing's gonna be. Well, it looks like we having some down movement here. 7 minutes to the news. 7 minutes to the news. There you go. Looking at the NQ here, it's same kind of pattern here. Broke the pivot, but at the bottom here, the middle chart, broke the pivot, came back and testing it to the other side. So if we see a new bar to the downside here, we should definitely go lower. Yeah, there you go. This is the low of the day so far for the NQ. Selling it here right at the low of the day is kind of tough, but up here, we had about 10 points. We'll see some more down movement here based on everything that's happening. It may not be like a straight down here. Again, I think for the news here, they're gonna probably hold it between those two levels, between this and the brown level here at 36.25 and 26.50. If they break it one way or the other after the news, that probably could be the direction for the day, but also that could be the head fake. So that's why 5 minutes too close to the news. We'll take a position now. Just wait and see how it goes. 3 more minutes. The NQ here, I wonder if we're getting that double pullback I usually talk about here. We have some down movement. Break up this pivot, came back down, came down, went up, came back down this way, and then we're getting this pullback. Essentially, we're seeing a range here in the NQ. Definitely wouldn't want to be ranging here over the last 5 minutes. And if you have a question or comments, please type in the chat. We're having news in less than 2 minutes now. The screen here for the window for this here. So today's the 27th, 10 a.m. Eastern time. There'll be news in about a minute. Call PC. Expecting previously was 0.3%. News is out, so let's see what the result is. Looks like we're going lower here. Came in as expected. Okay. Muted reaction here. Not much. Because for something like the NQ, you would think it would jump out of this range already, but it looks like it's going lower. Definitely. Pre-market or bias was to the downside. It looks like it's kind of materializing here. Because we didn't have so much like a big reaction, we can still look for a little double pullback here and try to go short here. So again, I should expect some kind of rejection in this level. It may go higher, and then we'll look to sell it, but we may not get it either. So that the market can just run away to the downside here. There you go. Got a signal on the Raptor, signal 1. But again, I would want to wait for some kind of reaction to the upside here before engaging to that support level he may hold. I think it's kind of pointing to the downside. Let's see. If it goes to 33.25, which is where the Globex VWAP is, that could be a place where we'll see a turnaround. I really would like it to go a little higher, get to this level again, about 33, and be able to short it there. Or wait for the U-turn and short it, but we may not get it. It's kind of really close to this pivot here. Market is kind of ranging right now. Gonna play around a little bit, I guess, before they push it one way or the other. But definitely we still a bias is still to the downside. So let's see what happens. If we were to go short, it'll be at 28.50 at the moment. Once this bar closes down, I would consider this that little second pullback that failed.
Order submitted.
I wouldn't be trying to go short here, but we in a position where this market should break one or the other. We got some other flow is very bearish here. My stop would be above here at 33.50. So let's see if we can push it. If this market is going to push down here and give me a break to the downside here. Once again, because I have a stop limit with the NDT, if it doesn't get to 28.50 and it gets to 31.50, it will cancel the order. So I will sidestep what would have been obviously a loss. That's why I don't have to just jump in the market. I want the market to be going my way, and I can mid the market or whichever way it wants to go. Is it gonna work every time? No, obviously it didn't work earlier. Market went down. It went down a good point.
Order canceled.
So my order got canceled. Like we said, now we can rearm it to
Order submitted
at 29. Because again, we still see this market going lower. Let's see if we can get a fill here. If not, to wait. And we gotta sell stop limit here at
order canceled
29. Cancel. Let's see. Let's wait and see. As long as we don't go above that VWAP, we're still trying to
order submitted
here. The VWAP on the left side, top left, here at 33.25. As long as we don't get above that, we are still have a bearish view here in this market.
Order filled.
All right, we got fill at what is it, 60.30. Get a couple points above the VWAP, we'll be out of this trade. If you guys remember, that was the same place that my first stop was, right here in the middle, 35.25. Let's see if this time around will it work better. It's gonna be the same thing. Yeah, sellers looks like they're trying to push it down now. Go. We said we're gonna probably see a reaction at those lows, so it might be taking out break even.
Top filled.
We got taken out of break even on the second contract. Got a partial winner. Once again, we are still looking to short this market. Now we wouldn't be shorting it at 28.50 because it's too close to this low. So what I would like to see happening, if you're looking at the top left chart on a break, I would like to see a break here. Come back to it and then go lower. This would be the scenario we would like to see here. If he goes back high enough close to the VWAP and give me a U-turn, we may short it again. But as it is right now, we don't want to touch it. It's only 1 point to the low. It's, maybe 5 ticks. Okay. We're breaking this pivot here. Let's see. Can we break it and come back to it? Okay, if we see a break here, this level has been broken here. Maybe give me a 1 bar pullback, maybe here, 2 bars, and then we can engage short here. I'm definitely not gonna try to buy it at the support level. Sell it at the support level here because it's a little bit, there's a risk for a bounce here. I'd like to see again is a 1 or 2 bars pullback, and then we can re-engage short. So far we got 1 winner, 1 loser, and now the loser was a full one with the 2 contracts, and the winner was on 1 contract. So still a little down for the day. We will hopefully right the ship here, get back into the green. Again, I'd like to see a little push up from here. Give me like 1 or 2 bars positive, and then we can engage short, because here short would be the stop. I've been kind of up here, but we want to see some movement to the upside here at the moment. Several reasons give us a better place to short, and we right at support here too. We don't want to be doing that, even though everything's lining up to the downside here, the order flow and everything else. Doesn't look like we're gonna get that pullback. Not look like we're gonna get that pullback we wanted. I wanted a complete full pullback, but when you look at those candles on the top left, those little wicks inside represent a pullback from the low of that candle. So here, when it breaks down here, there was a little bit of pullback to 27.50. If we had to stop and sell limit there, probably get failed to go short. But I want an actual bullish bar than a reversal bar. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get that. Gonna wait. That's still early. We got 2 more pivots here to hit, and also we're approaching this band here, which is support. So we can see. We're gonna be patient here and wait for like a couple, 2 or 3 bars to the upside, and then if we get a U-turn, we'll go short. So right now we're at the pivot, and if we see a little pullback here, the previous support, which will be resistance, but I wanted to see some kind of pullback by a couple bars or 2 or 3. Now the next U-turn, we'll probably engage short here, which should be at 26. 60.26 would be where we're looking to go short.
Order submitted.
So I got my NDT. I'm gonna close down here. We're gonna go short. Again, it's really close to the
Order.
market, but I think momentum and everything else looks like we might be taking it down now. The thing is, this is my emergency stop, being like, based on how price is going, I'm ready to move my stuff down. This is the most I'm standing to lose here if we get if we're to get to that level here. So right below the low of the day, that's where my first target is, which is right above this band, the support band here. And then right at the bottom of the band, this is my next target. In trading, you gotta recognize quickly as possible that you are wrong, and that's why we have a stop. We don't let the market go significantly against us. Right now we're in a position where market is going back and forth again. Not ideal because we're in between 2 levels, which is very understandable. Looks like we might be taken out here again. So far we're 1-1, 1 winner, 1 loser. If this were to be a loser, we can take 1 more trade after that. If this is a winner, we might even stop trading. Or if it's a loser too, depending on if we don't get another clear opportunity. Day before Thanksgiving, we knew this market was probably going to be a little murky today. Water would be a little murky, so not surprising at all. If you see me looking around, it's because I have several monitors. I can only display 1 monitor, but I'm looking at some other tools that I have to see, okay, should I stay in this trade or not? And so far, we're going to be staying. Anyway, I have my stop in place, so if it was really to go against me, we will be out of this trade. Let's see. I don't know if there's any questions. No questions so far. No comments. Again, please let me know, chat, what are you guys trading today? How things are going for you out there. Let's see what we get here today. Like if we make a new low, so we get to 24, almost to my target anyway, I would tighten my stop, make my stuff a little tighter here, maybe by 2 points, 29 and a quarter, which I actually could do that now. Just gonna make it, just virtually have it there. Definitely seeing a big fight here at 26. There you go. I think the sellers are coming in right now. We see a break at any time of this bottom. We will be reducing our risk by 2 points here. Let's put at 29, because if we go above this range here, that means we are not, wouldn't be valid anymore, in my opinion, because we hit this. If we hit this, we can break it. That means we're going to go higher. Remember, my original stop was at 31 and a quarter, so reduce it by 2 points. Again, if we go above 28.50, meaning my setup is no longer valid, I went out. It's really, really important to know when your setup is no longer viable. That's why your stop is there for, to tell you, hey, my setup is no longer viable. What I thought was going to happen doesn't look like it's going to happen. Market is not. I'm not seeing the market for how it's really going. So the stop is there to say that. It's there to say, hey, Mr. Trader, you should get out, and that's what we do with the stop. Now again, we're pushing down here, so hopefully this is the real push. Let's see what happens here. This market is like teasing us. He wants to go down, he wants to go. He doesn't want to at the same time. And I got my ATM in place. If we get to 9 ticks, my stop will be moved to break even +1. So let's see how it goes here. I think the breakdown is imminent, but at the same time, they may flip the switch on us here too. So this level, 24 and a quarter. No, it's been important level. They don't want to get hit.
Target filled.
Target got hit. We got to this being taken out here. Could be something that happened, but hopefully we get enough momentum to push it down to my next target. So what I'd like to do here actually is give it, usually I want to give it 2 more ticks and see if we can risk 2 more ticks to make this much more. Because we got to a low here, so we don't want to get ticked out get out by a couple ticks here. So second contract is still in profit. I just give it 2 more ticks of room to make sure that, can we get that second target? Looks like we might be able to do that. There you go. It's going lower. A couple more ticks here. Less than a tick, about a point away. Actually hit it, but didn't get filled. It didn't get filled. Long this candle is 20 and a half, and my target is 20 and a half. So it didn't get filled there. There you go. Hopefully it will. The next attempt. Oh my goodness.
Stop filled.
It's gonna stop us out. That's fine. Okay, so based on what we just saw here, we still a bias still to the downside. We got a couple winners and 1 loser so far. And what we'll do is might as well just go back up to this range and give me a U-turn. And we'll go short again. So again, we just come in here. We just took a short. We took 2 shorts. So far, we took 3 shorts. One of them was over here. We got stopped out. Then we have another one here, which we got the first target. Second contract got stopped out at break even. And we have a short here at 26. First target got hit at 23 and a half. And the second contract got stopped out at 23 and a half. Yeah, essentially we got a couple winners and 1 loser. Trying to see if this market will give us another opportunity to go short. No, for me to go short again, I'd like to see pull back to this area and then a U-turn. That gives me enough room because this is a support zone. We already had the support zone drawn from last night. The support zone is, that could be a zone that comes into play. So if we can get a pullback here and a U-turn to the downside, that gives us enough room to at least get to our first target. Hopefully get to the second one. After the support zone, we'll get a support line here at 1675. That's another place that the market could be bouncing here. And this is a blue line, so meaning that probably drawn this manually on the stream. Probably drawn that on the stream yesterday because the 30-minute chart, it'll tell me a little quicker. Yeah, this was a resistance area. Now it's right. That definitely could turn into support. And fair value gap here created by this candle. Definitely would want to pull back. This is a big 30-minute candle. Usually I'd like it to come halfway, at least halfway to it, about 27, then give us a U-turn. We may not get it either. So sometimes, we may be looking for something in the market, we don't get it. I think the key here in trading is sometimes whatever you're looking for, if you don't get it, don't trade. But sometimes we feel like we have to trade. And that's something, even trading close to 20 years, I'm still dealing with it. It's like a lifelong challenge, because as human beings, we're programmed to work, to do things. So sitting on the sidelines feel very uncomfortable, boring, and we get into trading to just be in a position. So that's something we want to be avoiding and working on to. So where this is not an issue anymore. Now we may not get this pullback, or it could be a shallow one if we get one. So let's wait here. But definitely, I'm looking at 17, around the 17 area to be a bounce point here too. So the Geiger counter on the bottom right is kind of neutral, meaning it's like a stalemate between buyers and sellers right now. Nothing much is happening, but definitely we're still on the seller side here. For us, we wanna go short when we have an opportunity. Again, we would need a little pullback to get the U-turn to the downside, and then we can engage short. Yeah, this is kind of shallow. We would probably see something hopefully we can see a couple more bars to the upside, but we may not get it. If we were to go short here, typical stop, emergency stop is at 5 points, 5 points. 23 be 28, which is above the swing. 28, which is above the swing here. I see we might miss this trade because we wanted a little deeper pullback here to go in a little more, maybe 25. But he got to 24. It's turning around now, so we may not get what we're looking for. Now, also, it's ranging. That's a range right here. So if it breaks down this range, it can be bouncing on the blue line, come back to the range and give us a U-turn, then we may get short again. I'm not sure everybody has any questions or comments in the chat. Let me know what you guys trading today, how things are going for you so far. We have a couple winners and one loser at the beginning. So this is how things are shaping right now. Any question, comments, please let me know in the chat here. And we're looking to go short in this market, but we're at a support. We're trying to definitely play it kind of safe at the moment. I wanted to see a bigger pullback. If we look at the top left chart, then probably another point or so to the upside to go short, but because I would have gone short at 21 3/4, which was right really close, about a point away from the low of the day. So, but here looks like we have some momentum to the downside. Sellers are being aggressive. They're being the aggressors now. They are being the aggressors. Remember, we start 17. We could see a bounce. If we get a bounce at this 17 level, if I move this blue line, you're gonna see a pink line, which is a support line, 16 3/4. We may just blow past that level too. So anything is possible in this market. Clear downtrend at the moment. Like to see it pull. Honestly, I would like to see it pull back all the way to that band and the U-turn. Then we can go short again. Go back to 20. On 20 and a half, but doesn't look like we're gonna get it. We're approaching the support level at 13. This could be a bounce area. Again, a bias is to the downside, no question, but you have to time your entry the right way so you don't get stopped out. Like earlier, we got stopped out in the first trade, not because we were wrong on direction, but our timing was a little off. So here, if we see a bounce here, then a U-turn, we may engage short. We may go short here. If we see a turnaround, like a little pullback, then a turnaround, we may go short. This was a support line, 1675 and 17 area. So that means now it may be serving as resistance. We may not even go past that. Pass it. That's fine. And that would give us a deeper pullback so we can short it from there. Yeah, it looks like we may be getting it right at the moment. So check the chat to see if there's any questions, comments. You guys must be doing good out there. Busy making money. Why not? Definitely wouldn't want to be going, take a position at the moment. It's a little risky. We may see, again, we're favoring the short, but here it's kind of like a risky short because we're so close to that support in between two levels. We may see some more movement to the upside. And there's a fair value gap on the 9 minute that could serve as a support level. Okay, we're getting a little pullback here. As expected here, we got the little pullback. Let's see, kind of ranging. There you go. I'd like you to go higher so we can get a better price. Or could this be a reversal? We don't know yet. Gotta wait for this line here so we can see it. So this blue line, it's about 21, which is the previous bottom here. That was support. I may turn into resistance. Okay. 19 would be where I would be going short here. If we get a U-turn here, but our background is gray on the top left, meaning hey, we don't have really alignment. So be careful. It's not really like a hyperbolic setup here. So 20 could be a place we go short here. If we forget that. Now you may ask yourself, okay, why didn't you go long here? Yes, we knew we wanted it to go in there, but there was no way we knew it was going to get in there for sure. Again, there's no certainty in trading. Game of probabilities. So at the moment, because the momentum is so strong to the upside, we're gonna wait here. But this is not a bad place to short if you wanted to just go short it right now, right this second. The stop would have been about 27, which would be way up here. So give it room here. Like to see a couple busts to the downside and some, if we get a U-turn at 2050, that could be a place. So if I use my NDT to place an order, it's gonna place it below this, and this number here is 2075, be 2050. And if you get something higher, if a bar that goes higher, you would have canceled the order. So it's a quick tool to help me place my orders quickly. Now on this down move here, just gonna read some of those and make it clearer. This down move, if you look at this trend line, it just got broken here. So it's be a reversal. See in the background here, the NQ, things are lining up to the upside on the NQ. So we know those usually goes hand. Now we're not so sure anymore about that short. So that's why you can't be married to your bias. You might have a bias short. It's clearly not happening. We gotta get out of that and say, hey, now could it be a time to go long? Especially if we get above 25 here. If we get above 25. If we get above 25, honestly, what I'd be looking to do to see is pull back over here and then go higher. Let's look at the 30-minute, which is the bigger picture chart here. Yeah, it got straight. Remember, we said this was going to be support. I mean, this is what you gotta look. You gotta look at, okay, a lot of times the market's gonna do what it's gonna do. We don't know what it's gonna do, but we have to have some different scenarios to know, okay, what may happen. This was support, this was resistance here. Then this bar here yesterday about 7 o'clock created this fair value gap, came back and tested, never closed below it. Same thing is happening here. And on a day like today, let me see what the range is for today. On a day like today, the range is 200. No, not 200. Let me maximize this here. The range is 111. Which is about 25, 27 and change points. So the average range has been about 200. So we still have about another 25 points to go from the low here, if we're gonna go lower, or if we're gonna go higher, no high, which I wouldn't want to say that we're gonna go make a new high and then make 25 points on top of that. So the likelihood here, the probability is here, we're gonna make a new low and go 25 points from that low, from this low here, which is at 13. So just based on that alone, the short still the better probability. But again, today could be a ranging day. That's another thing we gotta keep in mind. Today is Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so can we see this low? I think this whole range, if we don't go down past 16 3/4, I think there could be a short. Could we see the double pullback? I usually talk about a double pullback here. Can we see that happening? Got a little pullback here, then it's going to do sometime go higher, sometime go lower, but let's just say it goes here and give me double pullback. That would be the second pullback to go higher. Go to the VWAP, at least at 29. So we'll wait and see. So we're gonna have to wait and see here what happens. So we got into that little zone here. I think if we get a positive bar here, we might wanna engage long. Now, thing is, the internals, the market was going down, the internals were all mainly green. Now it looks like it wants to bounce, the internals are all red. So, which tells me this could have been just a little pullback. This move up could be just a little pullback, and the short is still in play here. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see here. Okay, so the sellers are taking back control here. Well, you don't just jump in there. So, got a pink background on the top left. It's disappearing though. Remember, this was support. 1675, 17. So let's see here if we can. 1051. But I have this trend line drawn. So the same way past, when you do horizontal support line resistance, same thing could happen also with diagonals, resistance support, which is the trend line. So if we get a push up here, but still structure wise everything is pointing to the downside. So I will be careful to go short here though. I think where we are here, it's more like a congestion zone. 21 and a half probably could be a place we're trying to go long, but it will be right in this resistance. So yeah, let's wait and see here. We have to wait and see. It's definitely that zone we don't want to engage. Either we're going to engage below that zone or above it. Firstly, the bias right now is to the downside. So I'm going to step away for one quick second. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? Nothing. Market's still in that lower range between those two light blue lines here. We're not going to make a decision to go either or because right now it's ranging. Again, we still favoring the short. Below that blue line here, probably about 16 could be a short setup here, but I'll give us enough room to force stop to move the break even here if we get to 13 3/4. So we'll be very careful here. Some manipulation is happening inside this little box here. So there's no clear direction at the moment. Be careful, even though market, we've definitely been, we got a couple winners on the downside and one loser at the beginning to go to the downside. So definitely right here, we don't want to be, if you go short here, you definitely could get trapped here to the downside based on the order flow and everything else. So I don't want to get trapped here. Above 21, should prepare to go long. Now, again, it's a riskier trade because we have a resistance would be right in the teeth of this band. But when this market is going and the order flow is saying, hey, we're going one way, nothing can stop it. So backside of this trend line, this was support. This line was support. 16,375 was a support line. Let's see. The only thing concerning here is the market internals are all red. And the market did go down when they were mainly green. So could be looking at the reverse scenario here. Look, let me move this out the way so I can look at the NQ. Yeah, NQ again still showing some bullish signs here. Because that's a base that was formed here in the NQ and they're pushing it higher. I think the ES to a lesser degree because the ES doesn't move as much as the NQ. We got the space here. Their range here, they couldn't go lower. I think some higher movement can be expected here. We're hitting this resistance. When you look at the delta for this particular bar, it was negative 920. Even with a negative delta, we have a fairly bullish bar because they went all the way down here. They never couldn't make the new low. The story now is really we're ranging, and let's see if we can make this new low. We're gonna make this new low once again. We're always looking to enter in the pullback. Go back to here. Give me something down here. But right now this market is ranging. We don't want to engage one way or the other. If you have been with us since the beginning, we said this market today, our bias was to the downside with the possibility of looking to buy it. If it breaks this trend line, never happened. So the bias will still remain to the downside, but we're at a support level. This fair value gap here, that's problematic. And today being Wednesday, we're already halfway to the daily range, and they may just do going back and forth here. So selling here, it's definitely not ideal. Kind of Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but let's wait and see what happens here. Looks like we're breaking down now. And if it breaks down and give me a pullback, we'll definitely play to the short side. Or could this be a stop run? When I look at the market, we gotta look at all the possibilities here. But they're pushing it down. Looks like the sellers are serious now. Or they're getting serious. Let's see. Yeah, it's pushing down here. The Geiger counter, which you're looking at on the bottom right, tell you the buying pressure compared to the selling pressure. Looks like the sellers though are getting absorbed here. There's some absorption happening here. So again, This level we knew was a support level. That was drawn since last night. Oh, that's my market analyzer. I use it mainly to see if I'm getting live data with the Mill Street data lag timer. Like that tells me sometimes we have some lag here. Much lag. I'm trading for my VPS, so pretty good speed here. So let's see. Let me move this over here out of the way. Doesn't look like we're gonna get the pullback we wanted. We wanted to pull back to this, at least this blow line. Looks like we are. Or could this be the true reversal here to the upside? There you go. Buyers are getting aggressive here, but they're getting. We're definitely at value on the auction curve. We're at value. So meaning could be a good place to be buying. But a buy here would be a little riskier than usual, but at the same time could be 10. What's the low here? See, if we get a couple bars down and hit this again in the U-turn, we may take actually the closer it is we take this long from the bottom here, the less we're going to be risking. So in a sense, it's really probability wise, maybe a low probability in that sense, but at the same time, for risk wise, we're not going to have to risk much to take a long here. But everything's lying to the downside though. That's a dilemma we're having here. Can we get back to 15? But yeah, if you get back to 15, the cool thing is if I put an order at 15 here and we have a negative bar, it's going to cancel automatically. And my stop would have been at, the usual.
Submitted.
I'm going to try to buy here at 15 and see what happens. Look, we're at the bottom here. Have we made the bottom? We don't know. We will not know. Because I feel like if we're going to get back into this zone, at least my first target could get good. So, let's see. Got some bulls. We got taken in for the long, for about 3 ticks, 4 ticks. There you go. Again, we're going to be very careful here. If I move my stop, maybe we'll do a 2.5 point stop here. Cut my risk in half. Virtually, that's what my stop is. We're going to be moving it, dropping it. There you go. We get a negative bar here. We probably don't want nothing to do with it. So basically, essentially here I'm going to put my stop at 13, which is 2 points instead of the 5. So at 14 here, I'm going to drop my stop in a second here. There you go. I'm going to drop my stop at 14. I'm wasting 1 point. First target is 2.5 points. Second target is 5 points. 5.5 points. So we're just wasting 1 point in this trade at the moment. We know it's kind of trend, the support. Things were lining up with the order flow. Some buyers coming in here. Let's see if they can push it higher. I think when lows are drawn this trade, we're going to be done trading for the day. That's definitely the right thing to do here. Either way here, we get tagged out for a small loss, or we get to our targets. We'll be done. It's 11:09 on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving. This market's not going to get any clearer. So we got break even +1 on one contract and break even on the other. So essentially just pay for the commissions for this trade. So worst case scenario here, we're going to have a break even trade, which again, we said win, lose, or draw, we're going to pack up our toys and go home here. So let's see how things go. 15.
Stop filled.
Got stopped out in the first one.
Stop
We got
filled.
stopped again. So we are good. Again, we knew it was kind of trend. We knew this trade. The original premise was the fact, hey, if he gets back to that blue line, we may short it. I'm losing faith in this short here. Let's see how it goes. But either way, we're really done trading for the day. Anyway, thank you for watching. We got somebody said something in the chat. Yes, Terry, I start at 9. Try to stay with you, but my connection keeps dropping and I don't know why. Okay, Terry, thank you for being here. Not sure if you're still here. But we do start at 9 every day, 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. Tomorrow being Thanksgiving and Friday being Black Friday, we're not gonna be streaming at all. Yeah, tomorrow we're not gonna be here because of Thanksgiving. Because even though the market's gonna be open from 9 to 1, I believe. From till 1 p.m. Liquidity is gonna be very low, and it's really time to be with my family. So, but on Monday, December 2nd, I believe Monday is. Let me look at the calendar real quick. Yeah, December 2nd, we'll be back on Monday. Again, this is why you move your stop as soon as you can, as soon as it's safe to do, because we knew this was a resistance. We talked about this would be probably resistance. What we're trying to do is see if we can break it, because it didn't. We got stopped at break even. Yeah, Monday definitely I'll be here. Yeah, I trade the NQ. I do trade the NQ. I have the NQ chart right here. These are the two things we primarily trade, the NQ and the ES. But on a day like today, because low volume, we definitely look at the NQ both times. And the NQ today too, we did say probably wasn't here. You weren't here at the beginning. We did send the NQ. We're looking to go short because when the market, it was not 9:30 here when the market opened. It hit that fair value gap. We wanted to go to the downside. We only were gonna go long. We're only gonna go long if we had a break to the upside here on this trend line. How do you get my chart settings, etc., to follow you? Some of those indicators are proprietary, so that means you would have to buy them. Like on this side here, this chart here, this is a free indicator called FVG that you can get on the NinjaTrader ecosystem. It just gives you fair value gaps, and you can set it up for different. But you have that one, okay. But everything else, I mean, I look trade. If you have the NinjaTrader lifetime license or the Renko settings, this is a Uni Renko on the left side, top left here. So if you have the NinjaTrader, this is the volumetric bar, so you can always that comes with the NinjaTrader lifetime. So it just a volume. If you go to data series right here, you just type the type of the data to volumetric, and you can change. You can take any period. You can do a range bar. This is a 15 range bar I'm trading here. A 15 range volumetric on the ES. But if you want, it could be a minute bar. It could be it could be second. It could be volume bar. But it's still gonna give you the data on it's gonna give you the order flow data. So that's a volumetric bar. Now, Terry, you mentioned that. I'm gonna make over the weekend. Probably I'll make a video about what I'm using on my chart. I think usually I say what they are at the beginning, but I want to have a video that specifically talks about that, because these are the 5 charts I will use. I use this chart here for the long term, 30-minute long term outlook on the market, 5-minute, a little shorter term, and my different levels here. Those levels are drawn way in advance and to identify where we could have support and resistance. So, and obviously I use order flow as a confirmation tool for my entries. Now, it's not surprising that we see this thing broke down and bounce to this level. This level I had it drawn a while ago. This was anticipated support. I'm going to put my email in the chat here, Terry. You can email me. We can have a conversation more. Offline. Okay, no problem. We here every weekday at 9 a.m. Usually we try to go to 12. But if there's not much going on a day like today, especially, we're looking at this market dying pretty soon here, meaning it's going to be ranging. There's not much going on, but yeah. And also, what else you see here? Everything that you see, you can have on your chart. This is the VWAP. That again, you can find that with the order flow. There's an order flow VWAP indicator that comes with the order flow package. With when you have the I did get your email, so yeah, I'll definitely email you back. I got the test, so yes, you can definitely have the order flow same way. You can have it based on the RTH. I have the RTH order flow here, but in this chart here, I have the one for the overnight session, which is the yellow line. School of thought is if it's below the VWAP, you should be looking for a short setup. And today it really kind of worked pretty well in combination with the alignment and different background. This is the right line trading system. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. This system alone, I tell people all the time, systems, this is the money flow tracker system they have. Systems in itself is good to have because it gives you a framework so you can see, okay, which, got support and resistance, I got this, I got that lined up. But ultimately, the most important thing is right here, the 6 inches between your ears. You got to definitely to master that. And definitely need to have the right tools. Don't get me wrong. Your connection keeps dropping. So, but definitely I can give you some more information about that. I've been trading this for about a year and a half, and this is Indicator Warehouse, the Raptor system. This one I had for probably 10 years, over 10 years now. So this is a pretty reliable system. Again, everything needs to go into, you got to keep in mind context, So for example, you had a green line here that tells, hey, we're going to go long. This market was going down. That was against the flow of the market. All those red lines would have been pretty nice if you took them. Again, we don't just look at indicators. We look at more beyond that. So like right now, I wonder if my data is working, because it's not moving at all. I know the market's supposed to be dead by now, but it's not really moving. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you, Terry, for being here. Again, you can subscribe, click the notification bell whenever I send out a new video or do a new go live. You're gonna be able to see. You're gonna be able to see me. With that said, everyone have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your time with your family tomorrow if you celebrate Thanksgiving. And we'll see you on Monday. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless.